Good morning, and thank you for being here today. My name is Lisa Terry. I'm the manager for the Howard County Office of Veterans and Military Families and the administrator for the Howard County Commission on Veterans and Military Families. The office is proud to serve the more than 20,000 veterans, their dependents, and survivors who call Howard County home. We provide information and access to resources from everything from workforce opportunities, healthcare, education, social engagement, and volunteerism, all within the Department of Community Resources and Services mission of service across the lifespan for all county residents. I'm personally honored to join you here at this site for the announcement of a significant investment in our county's military community and for all friends and neighbors who support its members. Joining us today are Howard County Executive Dr. Calvin Ball, Maryland State Senator Guy Gazzone, representing the 13th District, Howard County Veterans Foundation President Robert Gillette, and our board members, Columbia Association President and CEO Lakey Boyd, welcome to your new role. Howard Hughes Corporation Vice President Brent Wise, acclaimed World War II veteran Vivian Millie Bailey, in which this lovely park is named, and Robert Burlett, President of the American Legion Post 300. Each of these individuals has played an extraordinary role in today's announcement and is a distinguished advocate and supporter of Howard County veterans and military families. They will each share reflections and details on today's historic announcement, and following the remarks, we'll be happy to entertain any questions you may have. Before I introduce our first speaker, I'd like to recognize all veterans, active duty reservists, and National Guard in attendance. Will you please stand or raise your hand? Thank you for your service. I'd also like to recognize retired Army Colonel Edna Cummings, Army Reserve Ambassador for Maryland, who was also instrumental in the passing of the Congressional Gold Medal Bill in honor of the 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion, which recognizes the service of more than 6,000 African American women who served in the Army during World War II. I'd like to recognize Vicki Garcia from Congressman Sarbanes' office, Deb Young, Councilwoman, and former County Executive Liz Bobo. In addition to Miss Bailey, we have two other World War II veterans here with us today. Marine veteran Colonel Lou Schott and Army veteran Lieutenant Colonel Gerald Greenfeld, both of which turned 100 during the pandemic. So without further delay, please help me in welcoming County Executive Ball.
Good morning, and thank you so much, Lisa. You do a fantastic job. Let's give Lisa a big round of applause. I'd also like to recognize, because before I was a county executive, I was a county council member. A former county council member, Lloyd Knowles, is here too. It is such a beautiful morning, and I want to thank you for joining us, not only at the Columbia Lakefront, but at Bailey Park. What a phenomenal place with a phenomenal name. Just last October, we were gathered here to celebrate the groundbreaking ceremony for the Howard County Veterans Monument and to officially open Bailey Park, honoring our very own Millie Bailey, who you may remember celebrated her 102nd birthday last year by jumping out of a plane. Still the picture of courage. Millie is just one of more than 20,000 of our veterans right here in Howard County. And we're here today to mark another step toward the completion of our Veterans Monument. This monument will provide a meaningful space for reflection, connection, which frankly we need now more than ever, and a renewed appreciation for the service and sacrifice of our veterans. And as is the true Howard County way, we've reached this point thanks to many people and organizations working together. This project was conceptualized in 2016, and thanks to the Howard County Veterans Foundation, we've made significant progress over the past few years to make this vision, this monument, a reality. As you can see, this historic project will be prominently located here at the Columbia Lakefront on land donated by the Howard Hughes Corporation. And today I'm pleased to share that the county is committed $50,000 to finalize the design of the monument and additional $350,000 in state bond funding will be used toward construction. Yeah, that's a big thing. But it's also vital to have community support for this monument, and as the Howard County Veterans Foundation launches its capital campaign, they will need our continued support. The importance of veterans to our community cannot be understated. And this monument will be a landmark for all of us to gather and pay tribute to those who have served our country. I want to give a special thank you to Senator Guy Gazzone, not only a senator, not only a neighbor, but someone who, as chair of Budget and Tax, has served our entire state so well. I also want to thank our entire state delegation for all of their efforts to support this project and provide a space to honor those who have served as well as those who are still in uniform. As we recently marked another Memorial Day, it's a vital reminder that we will have public space for our residents and our entire community to provide opportunities for that reflection and to educate future generations about the sacrifice and commitment of our revered veterans. Thank you to everyone who's brought this monument one step closer to reality.
And I'd like to welcome Senator Guy Gazzone.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be with you. This is an important day, and important commitments are being made here because important commitments have been made by individuals for decades. On behalf of the Howard County delegation, we're proud that we were able to be part of this and come up with some bond funding to move this project forward. And I just quickly asked the question, what's the total cost of this? And I know that there's going to be some fundraising going on, but I assume given the timing and such, we'll be able to go back into session next year, and I think we probably come up with a little more. Every one of us here, of course, but every one of us everywhere, I think has been touched by the commitment of veterans across the country and in our lives. My closest veteran was my father. He was a World War II veteran. Served with General Mark Clark. General Mark. Clark? It was Clark, wasn't it? Yeah, Mark Clark, yeah. Boy, that's the old things ringing around in my head. But what I remember was sort of a quiet pride that he had about what he did and the part he played in protecting our quality of life. And, you don't forget that. I don't forget that as a son, and we shouldn't forget that as citizens of this state, of Howard County, and I'm just really honored that we can play a role in this, because it is so important never to forget that level of commitment, that level of giving for something that ultimately is so important for all of us. So thank you all very much, and I'm happy to help, and we'll be happy to try to give it a little more help as we move forward. Thank you.
And next, I'd like to welcome Howard County Veterans Foundation President Bob Gillette.
Thank you, Lisa, and good morning to everyone, and thank you all for being here. What an exciting day! If you recall, it was a remarkably similar steamy, muggy June day in 2017 when we gathered here to declare that we would build this monument at this site. Well, since that day, as Dr. Ball noted, this place has been transformed into a beautiful park named for one of our greatest treasures. And it is here at Millie Bailey Park where we will install this monument, and it is the rightful and fitting home for it. Yeah, our dream, our vision, and our goal is for anyone and everyone who comes to this site and visits our monument and visits this park to leave with the renewed heart of gratitude at the profound cost of military service. Cost paid in part by the service member themselves, but the balance paid by their families, friends, and the community who support them. Military service is not an individual commitment. It's a family commitment. It's a commitment of love, of fear, of pride, joy, anxiety, sadness, and a longing to be reunited. Because when a service member deploys, families carry on that everyday life with a void. They leave an empty spot at the dinner table for a missing loved one. That is a very heavy burden for a family to carry, which is why community support is so particularly important in military service. It is a community that comes together and helps each family through those challenging times until they can be reunited. And it's that reunion, that coming together again, that we aim to symbolize here and aim to recreate. We've all seen videos of moms and dads popping out of cakes or surprising their children at graduations. You know, we cherish those memories, but for some, it's a reunion that will not happen in this lifetime. It is in that spirit we declare this monument as a tribute to the entire community. So to our veterans who wore the uniform of our nation in service, in wartime or in peace, in combat or in support, this monument is for you. If you served in the regular military, the reserves, the National Guard, or any component of the United States Armed Forces, this monument is for you. To our military families, if you love someone who has served, if you shed a tear or said a prayer for your deployed airman, Marine, soldier, or sailor, this monument is for you. And for those who received a visit from the chaplain and stood at the side of a flag-draped casket, our Gold Star families, this monument is especially for you. Your families have sacrificed more than all of us combined, and we hold you all extremely close to our hearts. We hope this will be a place of healing for you, a place to come remember the one you lost with hearts of joy and pride. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please join me in a moment of silence and remembrance of those heroes and their families. Thank you. I would be remiss if I didn't make one comment on June being PTSD Awareness Month. For those of you who may not know, some staggering statistics. Since 2003, we've lost 60,000 veterans to PTSD-related suicide deaths. That's more than we lost in Vietnam War. Yeah, this monument is for those soldiers as well, because they lost their lives on the battlefield and came home broken and could not heal. And to the Howard County community at large, the community with whom we all share a deep, profound respect for veterans and military families, the community who comes here on July 4th and Veterans Day and all throughout the year, coming to the lakefront to celebrate the freedoms and privileges our veterans swore an oath to protect. this monument is also for you. You know, I've been working on this project since I was appointed to the Veterans Commission back in 2015. You know, in this short period of time, I'm amazed at how much support has grown for not just this effort, but for the entire veteran community of our county. Support we see demonstrated at the George Howard Building by our council and our county executive. Support we see at the State House in Annapolis and coming from our governor's mansion. Support that the veteran community of Howard County we will never forget. Support demonstrated today by $400,000 in grant funding, and apparently I'm getting some more. I'll have to call the artist. Our budget may be going up. So today, with these funds provided by the state and the county, we move one step closer to finishing this park and installing this monument, realizing the goal that we've set forth so many years ago. In the next coming weeks and months, we will begin to host stakeholder meetings to review and discuss our preliminary design and work with the community, the artists, and our design team and finalize our concepts. This is an effort we intended to start last year. However, COVID-19 had other plans for us. Our goal right now is to finish our design by Veterans Day of this year. We'll then have our community input period and gather everyone's thoughts, with a goal of finalizing the design in the first quarter of next year, 2022. With a larger goal and a stretch goal of completing the actual installation and dedication of the monument by Memorial Day of 2023. You know, our capital campaign is in the final planning stages, and we will launch those efforts this fall. You know, COVID-19 has, like everyone else, had a profound impact on our organization. And large-scale public art projects such as these are not immune to the pandemic and global supply chain issues. So we are in the process of reevaluating the budget for the project. You know, based on that, we met recently with the artist and design team, and we hope to have some more information shortly. But for those of you who think $400,000 is not enough, first thing I need you to do is call Senator Gazzone and remind him of his promise today. And then you'll notice we have these lovely boards over here that we put together, and there's a big QR code in the middle of one of them. Now, we've all been to restaurants recently that don't have menus, and we stare at that little box and we wonder what we're supposed to do. And the waiter or waitress comes up and says, get out your phone, open the camera, and scan the picture. This works the exact same way. So you can come on up, scan it, it'll take you right to our website, and you're able to donate that way as well. Or you can go to howardcountyveterans.org and donate as well. So in closing, I want to say thank you to Dr. Ball and Senator Gazzone and the entire county leadership and state leadership in Ellicott City and Annapolis for their support. And I want to especially thank our veteran service organizations, the American Legion, where we have 2 posts in Howard County, Post 156 and Post 300, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, and the Marine Corps League. Those organizations have been incredible supporters of our efforts, and I want to thank them for being here, and thank you all as well, and God bless.
Next, I'd like to welcome Columbia Association CEO Lakey Boyd, who is new to Howard County, and I just also wanted to recognize the outgoing CEO, Milton Matthews, who's really been instrumental in helping us make Millie Bailey Park a reality, and just all of his support with the veteran community. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I was also going to make a reference to the partnership that Milton Matthews had already put in place, and I am more than pleased to come into that relationship and continue it. I appreciate the opportunity to honor the women and men who have served. I come from a family of service, and as quick reference, my great-grandfather was in the Army. My grandfather was in the Air Force. My stepdad was in the Navy, and I have a cousin serving in the Marines. So I have all 4 branches covered. It is deep within my family, the duty, the understanding of service, and frankly, the responsibility that we have around civic engagement, the gift that it is and the responsibility we bear. It has greatly shaped my career and how I engage in community, and a big part of why I'm in this position now at Columbia Association. I will also say that monuments are such an important component of the community, as has already been referenced. My family just arrived this weekend to join me in Columbia, and of course the first place we came was the lakefront, and we had the opportunity to go to Millie Bailey Park, and my daughter enjoyed it. I am thankful as a mother that I had the opportunity to talk about Millie Bailey's service. That's why monuments matter. It brings us into the everyday. I am thrilled with the location on CA's lakefront. I know that we will continue our partnership with Bob at the foundation around the Veterans Day Parade, and am thrilled that we will have a monument where people that visit our lakefront can see and be reminded and appreciate every day, as opposed to only one day of the year. Again, thank you for the service of all the veterans here. Very proud to be Columbia Association at the table in this effort, and committed to continuing that partnership. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to welcome Howard Hughes Corporation Vice President Brent Wise.
Good morning. I'm honored to be here today on behalf of the Howard Hughes Corporation to celebrate the next step in realizing the vision of the Veterans Monument here at the beautiful Kittamukundy Lake. As a veteran, I am touched that Howard County will have its own Veterans Memorial to honor the service of the Howard County veterans and their families. It will be a visible expression of community respect and gratitude. As has been obvious since the opening of the Vivian C. Millie Bailey Park, Howard County families love to gather here at the lakefront, soon to be the site of the annual 4th of July celebration that we all sorely missed from last year. This is a prime location, and it will become only more prime as the revitalization of the lakefront continues to take shape. The Howard Hughes Corporation is proud to play a role which is already a popular playground and honors its namesake, Miss Millie, a community treasure herself. The Howard Hughes Corporation donated Bailey Park to the county last October. We're all waiting, however, for Bailey Park's next edition, the Howard County Veterans Monument, a place where returning veterans can get together with families who missed them while they were serving. A place that celebrates their service, that celebrates the values for which they served, including our First Amendment rights and free speech and peaceable assembly. As we all remember, the lakefront has served as a focal point for huge public gatherings. Almost a year ago, in support of the Black Lives Matter March, and more recently, the Stop Asian Solidarity Rally. The Howard County Veterans Monument will truly be a public space without restrictions imposed by a private owner. It will always be a free speech zone, and it will always be a space to honor those who give themselves to protect those very rights. We are grateful for the leadership of our county executive, the partnership of other elected officials, and members of the Veterans Commission. We are thankful for the funding support of the county and the state to help make the Howard County Veterans Monument reality. Thank you.
I want to also mention there is a cooler of water if any of you need any. It's back there. I'd like to just once again recognize our veteran service organizations who have been instrumental in all of the support. And representing American Legion Post 300, we have Robert Burlett.
you, thank you, thank you. My name is Bob Burlett. I'm a member of the Executive Committee of the Department of Maryland of the American Legion. I'm a member of the Columbia American Legion Post and the VFW Post in Ellicott City. Kathy and I have been Howard County residents since February of 1970 when I returned from Korea. I'm reminded we've been here a long time when I think of names like Liz and Lloyd and Jenny and Guy and Cal and know them as friends. Now they are retired or still on the way up. I have been attending Howard County Veterans Commission meetings for many years. I was asked to represent the veteran service organizations and those vets who continue to support the Howard Veterans Commission, but also continue to assist fellow veterans and their families in time of need. About 5 years ago, the proposal for a veterans monument was initiated, and it seemed a very bold initiative for me. But the project stayed on the Commission's agenda for continuing discussion over quite a while. What guided us with the knowledge that while Howard County has many memorials, there was not a veterans monument where all vets and their families could gather. After much review and open presentations to Howard residents in several locations, plans for the monument are becoming more solidified. Now Howard County is at the final stages of having the Veterans Monument become a reality. The state of Maryland has made a significant contribution to our monument, and today the Veterans Commission wishes to thank Howard County Executive Calvin Ball for the county's financial commitment to this endeavor, and the County Council too. For many years into the future, all veterans and their families will come to the lakefront in downtown Columbia to celebrate the honor of being part of service to America. Thank you.
That concludes our ceremony today. I want to thank you all again so much for coming, and we look forward to seeing you when the monument's installed.